Hello, hello, and welcome back for another jolly jaunt through the treacherous trails and punishing perils of the horrid heart of Perfidious Manor as we prepare to play a little more Darkest Dungeon. And as you can see, we're coming up on that brass ring, folks. We've got several seekers here who are but a finger's breadth from snagging the elusive metal circlet of Resolve Rank 5. They will be the most legendary of legends. They're going to be our champions, our heroes, the ones who strode the path and lit the way for those who followed. They're going for the brass ring. They are. And then again, if you know anything about the etymology of that particular phrase about grabbing for the brass ring, you know that all grabbing the brass ring actually earned you was another ride on the same shitty carousel that was so boring you had to distract yourself from the ride by trying to steal rings of metal dangled overhead by a drunken and, no doubt, syphilis-riddled carny. That's where that phrase comes from. It was something they used to distract people who were riding carousels. Personally, I say to hell with grabbing the brass ring. I mean, the smart money is on grabbing the bottle of gin out of that carny's pocket, bailing on the carousel altogether, and going to get shit-faced underneath the boardwalk instead. You know, that's what the smart play would be. Fuck the brass ring. Grab that bottle. So, in the interest of getting hammered on juniper juice and carny spit backwash as swiftly as possible, I say we head on down to the embarkation point here and just get started. It's really the carny backwash that makes the gin that much more piquant. Really adds a subtle flavor to the gin that makes it very, very much desirable. I know I prefer all of my gin to be sort of invested with the spit of several carnies, if not just one. The more carnies that spit in your gin, I generally find it the better it's going to taste. So we've got some interesting missions here, specifically poorly interesting in that they're both short, and I don't necessarily like that. We are definitely going to do a veteran level mission, and we're definitely going to take Randolph Carter, Candy Jade, and probably Madeline Usher. And when I say probably, I mean we're definitively going to take Madeline Usher. We do need that scroll, though. Did we leave the scroll on Chrysania? We did not. Who has the scroll? Alright, come on. Scroll, scroll. Who's got the scroll? We don't have time for this shit. Lucy Pevensey has... You know what? That's fine, Lucy. If you've got the scroll, rather than shuffle it around, I'm just going to have you haul it into the dungeon. What I am going to do, though, is something a little unusual. I'm going to take one of our... I don't want to say weaker, because it's not necessarily wholly appropriate. One of our less gifted units here along on this mission. I really would like to take Arya Stark. He's Resolve Rank 2. We could up all of Arya's stuff to level 3, possibly her weapons and armor as well. Do I want to take Arya, or would I rather take Simkin? Simkin could still be useful, because we could just have him buff Ballad and then sort of Disco Ballad. Disco Ballad the stress away. Lucy, how good are you from the 3rd slot? Works where all your stuff works from 3, right? It does. You know what? Let's do that. So let's give old Simkin a chance to shine here. Lucy has the Puff Puff Pass scroll, so we're going to put her in slot 3. Candy Jade, yeah. We need Candy, and I really actually want Randolph Carter along on this. Just no, we can't take Randy because he's going to be... He's actually poorly suited for this. Most of his stuff doesn't work from the 2nd slot. He can do almost nothing. He can effectively only sacrificial stab or vulnerability hex. So what we're going to do instead, we'll take Roderick Usher, and we'll let Roderick use this as a catch-up mission to try and get back into parity with the rest of the A-team. And then we're going to take old Simkin. Shit, Simkin needs upgrades. God damn it. Alright, back to the... Alright, everybody. Everybody slow your roll. Simkin's got to pee. We told him, you know, go before we left, but would he listen? No, he wouldn't want to listen. Why would we listen to that? Well, no. I don't have to pee. I'll be fine. Meh. Whatever. Pee this time, Simkin. Damn it. When I tell you to pee before we leave, that means you go pee before we leave, not 10 minutes after we've left. You go, I forgot to pee. I'm serious. You're not 5. Come on. Behave like an adult. Or at least behave like a modern-day jester. I'm really kind of disappointed in you, sir. I'm still taking you on the mission, so I'm rewarding your stupidity, even though I should go Pavlov on your ass and go the other way with it. I'm not gonna. So that's got Lucy, and do we want Candy Jade to make 5? Do we have anybody else who could take the lead position that might be able to do a little makeup work for us? You're kidding me, right? I'm going to go back. So, yeah, I'm going back. That's exactly what I'm going to do. All right, then. Yep. Okay, I'm dithering. I'm wasting time. Brienne, you're going to make Resolve rank 4, and you don't really need anything else. That looks all solid. Let's take you to the blacksmith, get your weapons and armor upgraded. That cost us a pretty penny indeed. And now, okay, we're actually embarking. No more going backsies. If you guys forgot anything this time, I don't care. It's staying forgot, so you better not have left anything behind, because I'm not going back for it again. I tell you, I'll drive this fucking car straight off a bridge abutment if you try and make me turn back one more time. I swear to Christ, I will kill every single one of you. Alright then, we do need to do some trinket work here for Brienne, though. We should have, yeah, that's exactly what I'm looking for, a double-edged pendant. Let's get rid of that warrior's cap. Don't need that. That's got to go on Simpkin. Double-edged pendant. I actually don't really like... Yeah, I don't really like the bleed stone, actually. I don't like the damage penalty on that. The plus bleed is nice, but the damage penalty is... It's unacceptable. That's grave robber only, and fantastic as well. 10% protection plus 10% match XP. It really tanks her dodge, though, and her dodge is pretty good. I don't want it something that's minus 20 to bleed skills. Plus 15 to dodge at minus 4 accuracy. There's something to be said for that. That would give Brienne a huge dodge amount. That's interesting. Do we have anything that's going to up her damage? I want something that will do damage. Oh, there we go. Warrior's Bracer. Plus 10% damage, minus 3 dodge. Yes, please. Let's put that on instead. 3 dodge is definitively worth an extra 10 damage in melee. That's fantastic. So that's got her trinkets sorted. We know Roderick's trinkets are already good, right? Well, they're good-ish, which is good enough. Lucy, Puff Puff Pass, of course. Simpkin, what have you got? A cleaning crystal, which is frankly shit. Why are you even wearing that, Simpkin? Let's get that off you, buddy. That's fucking terrible. Jester's dice? Yeah, because you're just going to be dancing and singing from the back row, so no reason to not have you wear that. Got anything else that would be useful for you in the back? Plus 2 speed, minus 4 accuracy. Something to be said for that, since none of your attacks can actually miss. Unless we can come up with something better, I think we'll probably stick with that. Grave robber only. Those are all trash. That's garbage. Also crap. Kind of shitty, and also plague doctor only. Looks like that's going to be it, unless we... plus 10% scouting chance. No, minus 10 speed first round. No thank you. That is not good. Those are pretty good. Plus 10 protection, minus 2 speed, minus 5 dodge. That'd be pretty good for... You know, we might put those actually on Roderick Usher while I'm doing things. Simpkin, you're probably fine. We don't really give much of a shit about you anyway. Plus 5 dodge, minus 5 dodge. Let's... Yeah, you know what? Let's put these boots on instead. 20% move resist and plus 10% protection. Protection is really good. It is going to slow him down a little bit, and it gives him a penalty to dodge, but his dodge is already in a toilet, so that's hardly matters. It does help buff his accuracy slightly as well. And he's going to be really tough to damage. Yeah, I'm digging that, actually. Digging that quite a bit. So, we've slowed him down a little bit. We've made Roderick dramatically more durable. So now we just got to pick a spot. Either one of these will really do. We finally got the Warrens fully upgraded to rank 4, so we've got every boss unlocked. And we are going to start taking those bosses down as soon as we get some guys up to rank 5. One of which could potentially happen on this mission. Do we need portraits or deeds? We actually need deeds more. So we're going to go... Yeah, let's go to the wheel then. Gear. We're going full on dark. This is a short mission, so I am going to take... We have no camping. So I'm just going to take... Yeah, that's 16 food is good. We'll take 2 shovels. That's probably enough for a short mission. Let's take 1 of everything else. And that's it. We're going in. We dilly-dallied, trinketed, and upgraded plenty. We're not even going to break even on this mission. We're actually going to probably overall lose money unless we haul just an ungodly amount of loot out of a short mission, which in the Weald I find highly doubtful. Still, it's got to be done. Upgrades got to get done sooner or later. What's our explore 90% of rooms, and we have one of the worst layouts for that I have ever seen. Sometimes I know that this game hates me. I mean, sometimes, you know, oftentimes you get the feeling, you'd be like, you know, I have a suspicion that this game hates me, but in this case, it's not a suspicion. It's straight up a perfect certainty that this game fucking hates me. Yay, 8 extra food. Why is it that the one time I gambled on getting enough food, and thought we'd find a beast carcass in the Weald and only brought medicinal herbs and way less food than we needed, was the one time we didn't fucking find any food.
His efficacy unwitnessed
Quite a bit of
by his
stress
own
there. A
eyes.
surprising amount of stress, really. For a single trap. Fantastic scouting, though. I mean, we know where everything is. So theoretically, we would know which rooms to avoid. Wow, this sucks. You know what room we're going to skip? We're going to skip this room. We can skip one of these. I don't have enough shovels. Alternatively, we could also skip that one. And then backtrack more, but I'm not going to do that. And I still may wind up digging through some of my bare hands. God, I hate these thorny thickets. I really hate the wield. I hate it a lot.
A victim to the
Easily
spreading
my
corruption.
least favorite series of dungeons, and in addition to being my least relished series of dungeons, it also has what I think is one of the more difficult bosses. That being the Hag. I think the Hag is actually considerably more difficult than either of the other two bosses. Let's go this way. I'm looking to pick a fight. I need to get some aggression out of me. I'm feeling a little tense. These spiders are never going to know what hit them. They'll be dead before they even get a chance to say boo. 8 damage from Lucy Pevensey is a solid start. And Simpkin, you know, I could have you sing the buff ballad, but... you know what I should have done, actually, is had him sing the stress reduction ballad, because both of these guys are going to be dead before they even get a chance to go. There's a kill for Brienne, and then I have to assume Roderick is just going to slaughter this chump. Yeah.
As the fiend falls,
Could have taken advantage of that surprise round and just did more stress reduction, but I'm a dumb man, and I did it wrong. Not going to make any excuses. No two ways about it. I'm dumb. I did it badly. Bandages go on mummies. Wow, we got 25 gold and a worry stone for our bandages. That worry stone is terrible. Then again, it was only a bandage, so I suppose I can't complain too much. Except that the amount of gold we found is dramatically less than the bandage cost, so fuck it. I am going to complain, and I'm going to complain a lot. I'm fucking sorely bitter about the whole bandage worry stone trade. I'm real pissed off. Real pissed off. I'm angry. I'm as angry as I've ever been, damn it. And I'm just not going to take it anymore. I've had it up to here, folks, and you can't see my hand, but I assure you it's gesturing to somewhere near the top of my head.
closes in,
We're out of bandages.
haunting the hearts
I'm not giving somebody slow or some other crippling, debilitating drawback for the 50 gold that likely lurks inside that old rotting stump. I'm just going to leave it the fuck alone. Let's go in here and get in a fight instead. This is not good. Alright, so we did not... This guy is almost stun immune, right? Yeah. And we stun... We can't dazzling light that guy. He's too deep in the back. So let's go for the judgment. The Outlaw Cutthroat actually is one of the more dangerous enemies we can run across. They are quite dangerous. We're absolutely going to battle ballad. I want the bonus damage. I want the bonus crit. Blanket Fire really isn't too troublesome as long as it does not critical. And I'm absolutely going to Holy Lance this Cutthroat. Didn't quite get it home. Man, just a bit short. That's okay, though. Brienne will finish him off.
the enemy crumbles.
So Brienne getting it done, taking a little bit of punishment for 1 damage. Not really a problem. Roderick Usher's protection is fucking fantastic. You know what? No. Let's Inspiring Tune. We're going to get rid of some stress on this one. We're getting some back. I'm taking it back, folks. I'm taking it back. Who has the most stress? 11, 14, 8, 11. Nah, we got to start working this big bastard over. He's going to add more stress than we would theoretically relieve by kind of dicking around with him. A stun here would be lovely. Yes, we got it. All right, fantastic. Continue with If It Bleeds, Brienne of Tarth, and start opening this big bastard up. I want you carving him up like a Christmas ham. Also, this guy would make a pretty good Christmas ham. I mean, he's a relatively large fellow, and if you put him on a table, I gotta assume he would serve between 8 and 15. So, he may not be the tastiest ham we've ever had, but the portion size are definitely agreeable.
The bigger the beast, the greater the glory.
See, the narrator agrees with my assistant. He says that the bigger the beast, the greater the glory. So keep that in mind when you're serving folks, friends and family, this Christmas or Thanksgiving. Bear that in mind. The bigger the beast, the greater the glory.
This expedition at least promises success.
You know what, Mr. Narrator, in this instance, I tend to agree with you. We're unlikely to fail this particular mission, simply because it's a short mission, and we're sort of over-prepared for it. Yeah, we got plenty of food, that's fine. Still no bandage. Fuck you, tree. I'm not giving somebody fucking slow reflexes to dig around in an old rotting stump. I've learned my lesson. I've learned it. That is actually one criticism that I have for the game. A friend of mine brought this up one night while we were talking about Darkest Dungeon, and think the point is worth mentioning. It merits repeating. One of my problems with Darkest Dungeon and the interactables in the game, if you don't have the right tool to interact with them, there's almost never a reason to take a chance on them. They're almost never worth it. Now, granted, I take a chance on them pretty much 100% of the time, but that's because I'm a fucking idiot. If you were playing and playing to win, what you would do is anytime you came across a device that you didn't have the appropriate interactable object for it, it almost never is to your benefit to interact with them. They're simply not random enough. You pretty much know exactly what you're going to get going in before you take the chance on it. Like on this stump here, we're going to use anti-venom because that's how you do it. But without the anti-venom, is it worth it for me to dig around in this old stump? The answer is almost certainly it is not worth it. And clearly it was actually, even with the stump, it wasn't worth it. There needs to be a little more, I just feel there needs to be a more random outcome for each of those potential interactions, especially considering that almost none of them without the appropriate trinket are positive. I like the if you have the right thing and know which ones to use, I like that mechanic, that knowledge gains you a little power and a positive interaction, and it makes a reason for you to buy many of the interactables as well. It just gives you a reason to even take some of them. That being said, I still feel there should be some merit, or at least some more merit, into just random chancing them. When you choose to gamble on one, there should be not necessarily a better outcome, because they don't have to be universally better. It should just be a little more evenly split, because they are currently heavily weighted towards a negative outcome. But they should be more evenly split, and then also just a wider range of things that can happen. The range of things, the range of just possible outcomes for those objects is a little, I don't know, it's just kind of unexciting. I mean, you know if it fails, basically what's going to happen. You'd be like, I'm going to, you know, interact with this pile of books, and there's a very, very slim chance that something good happens. Most likely, I just get a ton of stress. That's another thing, too, that they could add, is those things should have more, a wider variety of mechanics than just, a lot of them are just, you get a pile of stress. That's just my 2 cents. Developers, if by any strange miracle you're watching and you know, come across that, feel free to heed my advice or don't. Entirely your choice, just one man's. Pair of pennies worth. Man, we're getting some good loot on this mission, actually.
But a victory nonetheless.
I mean, we're not fucking rolling into shit. We're not going to be headed out to Crete to upset Croesus or anything anytime in the near future, but we're doing all right for ourselves. For a short mission, we've actually got a pretty good bundle of swag. I want to kill the quivering ectoplasm before it gets a chance to make more ectoplasms, so I'm going to do that. Actually tempted so much so that I was thinking about doing a dirk stab, but I don't think they can hit the 3rd row. Let's j'accuse. You gotta be kidding me with the no kills there. What is that shit all about, my friend? Not cool. Not cool. Was indeed a powerful blow, Mr. Narrator. Well observed. Andy, or Brienne of Tarth, rather, almost bifurcated that dude. Granted, he's slime, so, I mean, who knows exactly what kind of durability a slime has. It seems like the difficulty in killing a slime has more to do with its viscosity than anything else, but I digress. It's a fluid dynamics problem for someone considerably smarter than myself. What we can do, though, is win that fight, pick up a lot of cash, and you know what? 3,000 gold. We've got, yeah, we've got like almost 4,000 in just sort of collectible haul. That's pretty reasonable payout. For as short as this mission is and no more than we've invested in it. Check out the box, Simkin. Stashed heirlooms. Good. Deeds, which are sort of what we came for, so we're doing all right. The cash on this mission, I will say, is not disagreeable. That's about the best I can give it. It is not a disagreeable amount of cash. Another hunger prompt. We have more than enough food. Really, we could just start throwing our food on the ground and, I don't know, we could open a fucking lemonade stand in the dungeon if we want to. We got enough spare lemons. This pack contains loot. If you're willing to accept a fairly loose definition of the word loot, anyway, it contains loot. Torches and 50 gold. Torches and not even enough gold to buy another torch. Arguably, the torch was the most valuable thing in that item, and it was completely worthless, so just burn those out of spite, and head on out of the dungeon. The Resolve EXP is really the most important thing.
Let them arrive unharried.
You know, 10,625 gold is a pretty reasonable haul for a mission this short, and there's nothing wrong with picking up 9 deeds as well. For Resolve EXP, Brienne of Tarth making Resolve rank 4. That is a delightful coup. I don't like the fact that she got scattering, except for she doesn't really have any ranged attacks, so it's not a huge problem. Slayer of Eldritch is okay. Roderick Usher, how is it you pick up a negative quirk every single time we take you into the dungeon? You continue to baffle me, sir. Continue to baffle me. You are, like Nelson Muntz, a mystery wrapped in an enigma, wrapped in a vest. Lucy Pevensey, hatred of beasts. There's nothing wrong with that. Mr. Tumnus is going to be upset, though, because clearly she hates Mr. Tumnus now, considering he's half goat and all. Simkin is anemic and stout, which are two things that don't really seem to go together. Anyway, I'm the stout-hearted anemic. You know, the kind of guy who, when you punch him, bruises really badly and easily for a really long time. All these things contribute to my stoutness and general well-behavior. So Chrysania is no longer fangophobic. Half-cocked Jack got rid of soft. Brian is now a Master Hellion at rank 4. And I believe we have a few chaps who still need to go back into ye old sanitarium, unless I'm mistaken. None of those are terribly crippling. Actually, I think Chrysania needs to go back in. Don't you have two things that are horrible? Not really. And I mean, anemic isn't great, but it's not really it's not a deal breaker. Roderick Usher. You know, wield phobe is not a huge problem for you, actually. It's not really that big a deal. Madeline Usher, I thought she got rid of fangophobia. Did she not just get rid of this? Wait a minute. Where's the... Give me the thing back. Where's the little weak summary deal? No, I want the summary. Underwent effective treatment. Quirk... Oh, that's Chrysania. Never mind. All right. I was about to be a little salty that she still had it, but Madeline Usher who has it, so I guess Maddie... On into the sanitarium, my dear. That shit's gotta go. I don't care that you cheat at cards. I don't care that you're manic for money or obsessed with cleanliness, but I do have a problem with the fact that when it's bright outside, you suck. So, in you go. Deckard, what do you got? Gambler, guilty conscience, shocker, wasting sickness, stress resist. All those things are kind of shitty. Actually, wasting sickness is really probably the worst one. You have a lazy eye. You're faithless. You're a ruins phobe. Deviant taste. Automatonophobia, which one day I will actually pronounce correctly on the first time. Yeah, you know, none of those are problematic, really. I mean, some of them are not good, but yeah, Plutomania. Jenga, what do you got? You're a Tippler, you're a Warren's phobe, and you're winded. Again, none of those are really deal breakers. Misses the spot is bad. Dark Temptation, known cheat, misses the spot. Lygophobia, and anemic. Meh. Alright then, so we don't really have any critically huge drawbacks that desperately need to go. I mean, we could get rid of Candy Jade's love interest, but that's of dubious usefulness. Anemic. Who was it that had one that I sort of didn't like? Was it you, Roderick? No? Well, actually, I don't really like wield phobe. You know what? At some point, Roderick Usher is going to have to go into the wield to fight the hag. And stress can be a problem on that fight, so that's probably, out of an abundance of caution, we're going to get rid of that anyway. Can we do any upgrades around ye old manor? Specifically, can we upgrade the stagecoach? Yes, we can. Actually, twice. So let's do that. Let's do Stagecoach Network. More available heroes, and more importantly, hero barrack size. I don't have enough. Never mind, I don't have enough crests. Okay, I guess we won't do that. Alright then. So it looks like crests are sort of the delimiter for us at the moment, right? Yep, we need crests for the tavern. We need crests for the stagecoach. I know we need crests for the sanitarium. Yeah, we also need bus, but those will come. The Abbey, also crest. Yeah, really, we need to be going to wherever offers us the most crests at any time. And it's all crests for the Nomad Wagon and the Survivalist as well. So we should start favoring crests over basically any other heirloom then, I guess. Makes sense. We'll resort by level, and with all of those sort of housekeeping items taken care of, not a lot left to do in the old Darkest Dungeon today. I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. It's been a quiet day around the hamlet. Of course, if you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comments section. Your support really does mean a lot to us. And if you'd like to see more Darkest Dungeon, of course, we post episodes 3 times a week, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Right now, however, thanks very much for watching. We'll see you again soon.